we have a look at the Russian aggression, National Napping Day, and much more.
We have today's weather forecast with Madison and a look at sports with Eli.
Today is Monday, March 14th, Madison's birthday, 2022.
We are live from Shroyer's Studio H12 on the campus of Bradley Central High School, and you are watching VOX News Today.
Welcome back. I am Alex Wingard.
And I'm Amber Filial.
Dozens of people filled two theaters at a Massachusetts cinema as part of a nationwide effort to raise money for Ukraine in time of crisis. Cinema Salem hosted two screenings of The Guide on Sunday. The Ukrainian drama film is set during turbulent 1930s Soviet Ukraine. All the money from ticket sales will be donated to organizations and charities helping those in Ukraine.
President Joe Biden and French President Emmanuel Macron are vowing to hold Russia accountable for its actions against Ukraine. The two leaders spoke by phone Sunday about the ongoing invasion. According to the Elysee Palace, Biden and Macron agreed on strengthening sanctions already taken against Russia, reiterating their support for Ukraine and joining efforts on initiatives to end the fighting. Macron also held a phone call Sunday with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
Australia and the Netherlands have started to take legal action against Russia for the downing of aircraft MH17 in 2014. The Malaysia Airlines Amsterdam-Kuala Lumpur flight was shot down in July 2014 by pro-Russian rebels in Ukraine. All passengers aboard were killed. According to Australia's government, Russia refused to take responsibility in the downing of the aircraft and that it supplied separatists with the missile system used in the attack.
Conflict is still high in Ukraine's capital city of Kyiv. Missiles and airstrikes have struck both sides of the city and killed many people trying to flee. The brother of the mayor Kyiv, Vladimir Klitschko, speaks for the people of Ukraine, saying that the country is very strong-willed and determined to stop the Russian aggression and the war. They will not give up and they will not stop fighting for their country or the world.
Staff at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant have stopped repair and maintenance of safety equipment due to fatigue from working nonstop for nearly 3 weeks, according to the International Atomic Energy Agency. More than 200 workers have been effectively living at the site, are also raising concerns about supplies and food reserves.
The week is beginning with some big pandemic updates, and they could affect you and your family. Pfizer says you might need another booster. If you've got children, it has even more news for you. The company says its COVID-19 treatment could be available for most kids before they head back to school this fall. And vaccinations for kids under 5 could be available in May.
Teachers in Minneapolis went on strike. School board members said on Sunday night that they will come to an agreement. The teachers began the strike in protest of unfair pay compared to class sizes. Everyone is sick of the strike. As one parent, Teresa Stutz, had said, "It's a real hardship. My kids want to be in school and I want them to be in school." The school board blames the state for lack of funding. Soon a solution should follow.
National Napping Day was created in 1999 by a Boston University professor and his wife. William Anthony, Ph.D., and his wife Camille Anthony created this holiday to spread awareness on the importance of getting enough sleep and its benefits. The holiday was meant to help make up for the amount of sleep lost when the hour changes. The date was chosen because studies have shown that people are already their most tired and sleep deprived after daylight savings changes. That change of the hour really makes a difference, but National Napping Day can make you feel like there was no change at all.
2 people were killed by a camel after it escaped a Tennessee petting zoo Thursday afternoon. The Obion County Sheriff's Department responded to a call that a loose camel was acting aggressively. The animal escaped from Shirley Farms. Deputies found 2 unconscious victims and were rendering aid when the camel attacked their patrol car. The officers were forced to euthanize the animal. 42-year-old Bobby Matheny and 67-year-old Tommy Gunn died from the injuries.
Cars got stuck in floodwaters from overnight flooding in Metro Charlotte, North Carolina. 2 cars were left behind in high waters on North Tryon Street. Water was up to at least the tires on about a dozen cars in a parking lot across the street. And about 5 blocks of North Church Street were blocked both ways because of flooding. It all made for a wet morning commute for drivers.
And now let's check on our weather. Madison, what can you tell us?
The season is warming up as spring is approaching. All of that and more right after this break.
College already.
Yeah. We gotta go.
I love you.
I love you too, Daddy. And thanks for everything.
Gratitude. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
That sounds awful. Seriously, awful.
But a lot better than last week.
We weren't born to follow.
Final round. Fight.
Madison Johnston with your weather. Let's go ahead and take a look at our weather at glance for today. Today in Cleveland will be a high of 65 with a low of 36, but right now it is 28 degrees. Precipitation is at 1% and the humidity is at 100%. The dew point is 28 degrees Fahrenheit, the pressure is 30.44 inches, visibility is 9 miles, and the UV index is 0 out of 10. And now let's look at our local radar. Right now in the area there is no rain or any precipitation, which is good so we can dry out from precipitation we've had the past week. And now let's look at our national radar. There are storms in Seattle and some snowstorms in the northeast and in the north of Central America, and scattered storms across Central America. And now let's look at our 7-day weather. Tuesday will be mostly sunny with a high of 67 and a low of 47 with mostly sunny skies. Wednesday will be rainy with a high of 64 and a low of 47. Thursday will be mostly cloudy with a high of 69 and a low of 47. Wednesday will have rain still with a high of 66 and a low of 45. Saturday will be partly cloudy with a high of 63 and a low of 37. And Sunday we will have sunny skies with a high of 67 and a low of 43. That's all I have for weather, and now here's Eli with your sports.
We have coverage on retirement and upcoming movie directed by Tom Brady and more after this break.
Well, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. You're the one who misrepresented the facts.
Misrepresent the facts? Are you kidding?
Your proposal's ludicrous.
My proposal will go exactly the way I say it will.
My dead body.
I think somebody needs a timeout.
Oh, that's the power of one.
Civility. Pass it on.
One grain of sand can turn the tide.
I'm the greatest hitter in the world! Strike one. I'm the greatest hitter in the world! Strike two. I'm the greatest hitter in the world! Strike three. Wow! I'm the greatest pitcher in the world!
Optimism. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back. I'm Eli Dunn with your sports. Buccaneers Pro Bowl guard Ali Marpet announced his retirement Sunday, hanging up his cleats after age 28 after 7 years as a member of the offensive line for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Thank you, Tampa Bay. Marpet expressed his gratitude to the team for building him into the man of And to the man he is today, Brady commented on the post saying, "You are a warrior. It was an honor." An album of Hobart College. Marpet was the first Division III player selected to the Senior Bowl and was drafted 61st overall by Tampa Bay in 2015, the highest Division III pick in the NFL history. The Saints have agreed to restructure the contract of Michael Thomas, converting $14.5 million of his 2022 salary into a signing bonus to help clear cap space going into the 2022 season. The Saints are also reportedly reconstructing the contract of offensive tackle Ryan Ramczyk, converting $18.2 million of his scheduled salary and roster bonuses into a signing bonus. The move not only helps the Saints navigate some of their salary cap issues, but likely ensures that Thomas and Ramczyk will be members of the team next season. The recently retired Tampa Bay Buccaneers and New England Patriots quarterback is set to play himself in the film 80 for Brady, which will be a football-themed road trip film. The film is set to go into production this spring, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Brady is also set to produce the film. Brady launched his 199 Productions company in March of 2020, and that will be the company that produces this new film, along with Paramount Pictures and Andover's content. In addition to Brady, Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, Rita Moreno, and Sally Field will star in the feature. That is all I have for sports. Stay tuned for more news with Amber and Alex right after this break.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
We broke Old Man Hennessy's window.
Correction, dude. You broke. I just threw the ball.
This is really bad. What are we gonna do? Dude, kiss your life goodbye.
Yes.
Sorry, dude.
Keep smiling, keep shining. No,
Hi. Tell him it was an accident, and we can fix the window. I'll come with you.
that's what friends are for.
Welcome back.
Former Atlanta Mayor Sam Massel, who led the city from 1970 to 1974, has died at 94, the city announced on Sunday. Family members told CNN a Democrat died of natural origins. People have reached out to the Massel family for comment. Massel's impact on our city was immeasurable, said Dickens, who notably said that Massel was the city's first and so far only Jewish mayor. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp said that his family joins the Messel family and all of Atlanta in the morning of the passing of him.
Going once, going twice, sold. A rare first edition 1999 Pokemon Charizard number 4 card was sold on Thursday for $336,000 at an auction. The Charizard card sold by Heritage Auctions drew widespread attention because it's from the game's first English print run and had been given a perfect PSA Gym MT 10 grading. It's one of the only 121 to be given that placing, according to the auction house. The sale was a part of a larger trading card games auction, which included Magic the Meeting, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. In total, the auction netted more than $3.7 million.
A Georgia teacher has created his own library for sharing books that others have tried to ban. Richard Clifton, an English teacher at the Savannah Arts Academy, started the Little Free Library in his front yard during the pandemic to share books with his neighbors. "I'm just trying to give people a choice," Clifton said, "and people can walk by and choose not to take one. I hope people will take a book home, read it, and have a conversation," Clifton said.
LaGrange police have arrested two young brothers and their mother after they say the boys entered a local tennis store and fired 2 plastic handguns loaded with Orbeez. Police said they shot one male store employee a dozen times in the face and neck from 20 feet away as they laughed and carried out the attack. They then ran out of the store and into the parking lot where police said they shot a woman in the back multiple times. Officers arrested the 2 brothers on March 12 and charged them with reckless conduct and simple battery. Their mother has also been charged with parental responsibility to supervise.
A Tennessee man who admitted bribing a Virginia sheriff to secure jail medical services contracts has been sentenced to 3 years in prison. Gerard Boyle, 67, of Franklin, Tennessee, was sentenced Friday after pleading guilty last year to conspiracy to commit mail fraud. He was also fined $35,000. Boyle already had agreed to forfeit $2.7 million to the federal government as part of the plea deal.
A murder investigation has been opened after an incident in East Nashville early Monday morning. According to the police, the shooting happened at 1:40 a.m. on Delaware Drive. Officials reported one male victim was struck at least once while in a vehicle, which then continued down Delaware Drive towards Dickerson. Police said the vehicle then went off the roadway and through a yard, striking another car. At this time, police are waiting to talk with the neighbors. Officers were told there are cameras in the area that will be reviewed. At this time, there is no suspect in custody. Authorities said they are not ready to release the identity of the victim at this time.
The Caney Animal Center is still facing a capacity crisis. On Friday, MAC shared a State of the Shelter report on their social media accounts. MAC Executive Director says, late last year, alarm bells began to sound at animal shelters all over the country. Intakes of animals, particularly dogs, had returned to pre-pandemic levels. But adoptions, transfers, and other outcomes were not keeping pace, likely because so many people's homes are already overfilled with pandemic pets. Think of a shelter as a pipe. The amount of water flowing in must equal the water flowing out, or the system backs up. In our case, when more animals come in than go out, space runs out, individualized care gets harder to give, and animals begin to suffer. MAC has not been immune to this national sheltering crisis.
The cost of living keeps rising, which leaves many people without stable housing. A local man who thinks he's found a temporary solution is receiving pushback from the city of Chattanooga. Officials said these structures are too dangerous, but for people experiencing homelessness like Jessica, it's a home. She and her husband are the new faces of homelessness, people who work but still can't afford a stable place to live. Jessica said life got easier when they moved from a tent to a tiny home. We were constantly wet, constantly needing blankets, constantly cold, clothes being ruined, food getting ruined from getting too wet, Jessica said. Their home is one of 9 structures built by Josh Kapelush. He's in the process of starting a nonprofit organization, Tiny Homes for the Unhoused People.
Jeopardy champion Amy Schneider is engaged. Here's a picture of her holding hands with her fiancé, Genevieve Davis, saying, "I couldn't be happier or more proud to spend my life with the very best person in the entire world." The couple met last May and decided to tie the knot a couple weeks ago. Clearly, 2022 is off to a great start for Amy. She made history earlier this year as the highest-earning female contestant ever, taking home about $1.4 million thanks to 40 wins, the second longest winning streak after current host Ken Jennings. She was also the first transgender contestant to qualify for the Tournament of Champions.
Rapper Snooty Wild is dead at age 36 after getting shot in Houston. Police say LaPreston Porter, known as Snooty Wild, was found near the SUV with a gunshot wound in his neck Friday. They say a woman has come forward, indicating she owns the vehicle that ended up in the ditch. She says people stopped to help and Porter showed up and pulled a gun on her. The woman says she ran away and heard a gunshot behind her. Investigators believe that the incident was caught on camera.
Authorities need your help to find a man they say is targeting the homeless in New York City and Washington, D.C. Police believe the suspect seen here in these surveillance pictures shot 5 homeless men in recent days, killing 2 of them. The shootings took place over a 9-day period, and most of the victims were sleeping when they were shot. The New York Police Department, Washington Metropolitan Police Department, and the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives are working together on the investigation. Authorities are offering a total reward of $55,000 for information leading to an arrest.
A man in the Washington State area is facing charges after throwing a hatchet at a police car and then crashing into a mall. Saturday night, Bellingham police spotted a driver in a white truck throwing things out at his windows like blankets, garbage, and other items. Once officers started following the truck, that's when things took a more bizarre turn. Authorities said he threw a hatchet at a police car and then drove to Bellis Fair Mall and rammed his car into the doors of the food court. He ran inside the mall with the second hatchet and caused more damage. The man was eventually tased and arrested. Police believe he was under the influence of something.
Members of the General Assembly this week got their first look at Government Bill Lee's proposal to modernize how the state provides money for Tennessee's K-12 public schools. Lee and Education Commissioner Penny Schwinn officially unveiled the Tennessee Investment in Student Achievement, also known as TISA, on Thursday to replace the state's current basic education program, also known as BEP, which was created in 1992. According to the legislation, no districts will receive less funding than they would have under BEP, and most districts will see substantial increases with the exact dollar amount depending on the student population being served. Districts with higher need students will receive larger funding increases.
Gennady Mansevich is asking local residents to pray for Ukraine. The Cleveland resident said they want to live in peace. Mansevich, who lived in the United States since 1995, is from Kryvyi Rog, a city in southeastern Ukraine. It is also the hometown of Vladimir Zelensky, Ukraine's embattled president and reportedly #1 on Russian President Vladimir Putin's hit list. Ukraine gained independence from the Soviet Union in 1990. The USSR dissolved the next year as numerous Soviet republics such as Moldova, Georgia, Lithuania, and Armenia broke away and declared independence. Mansevich, who attends Peerless Road Church with his wife, Moldova-born Valentina, said, "Ukrainians just want to live in peace."
We are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube through our channel BCHS VOX News.
You will find more online at our website, voxnews.net.
Remind your friends to like, subscribe, share, and tune in.
You just cannot get enough of Vox.
That is all we have for you today for Studio H12 at Bradley Central.
And as always,
God bless and go Bears.